So, taking out everything, sold my 35 amp hour excess power, so just gives me a better reason to finally do the lithium. Picked up a couple bolts for the terminals on the lithium, but now I just gotta take all this out. I'm gonna have to put the 2Ks on the sides again, like I had before. I'm gonna have to have this removable panel with this one upside down. I guess we'll see. Just a quick update. Pretty much got it mounted on right there. Got that stuff zip tied up. Plenty of room. So I'm not sure how I'm going to have to angle these so I can lift that up if needed. But I can't go too far because I have the terminals on the side of the box up there. So it'll be interesting. I'll show you what I mean. That would scratch and probably short out on the amp. So I gotta figure out something I was able to slide the whole box just forward. So at this point, I stopped in the trunk and started in the engine bay. Was waiting for bigger amp. Figured make it a little easier and just hold off till it came in the mail before I started cutting my wire. Moved my isolator from the trunk to the engine bay. A lot easier to find a 12 volt ignition source close to the front than the trunk. Okay, so took the lead acid battery out. Tried to fit my AGM yellow top end, it's too small. Had to go buy an AGM to make it fit. But reran a wire. Put my fuse holder there. And then the isolator right there. This is where the fuse holder was. There was stock ground right there, so that made it a little easy. Just gotta find a 12 volt ignition source. My voltmeter in my little box is a dual main and auxiliary. And I got this 4-pin connector. So, got a 5K today. Came in the mail. A lot more power than 2 of these strapped. So I skipped wiring up the 5K. All I have left is to throw in the fuses and do a test pump for you. I borrowed a SPL meter from a friend, so we'll be able to see what the decibel is. So since I dual inputted the 5K, I need to drop the fuse rating. It needs 500, so I divide that into 4. Got 4 125s, so we'll go ahead and put those in. $150 for the 4-channel. And I've swapped out the purple 0 gauge with the aqua blue OFC 4 gauge. It's a lot better for flexibility. And then I just did a 250 for the single run from the front to the back. That's plenty for just one run. So I didn't bother doing a different color 0 gauge or marking the positive and negatives because I know what's what. But got the dual inputs wired and the 4 gauge on the 4-channel. I've zip tied these so one cluster is negative, this cluster is positive. The 8 gauge is for the woofers. Now the RCA is running by itself on this whole side. There's nothing else over there. Everything else is over here. Alright, so might have to mute it for some of this, but for copyright reasons. Got the meter up there. It's about where it's supposed to be. Got my knob barely on, but I'll give it a shot, see what I can do.
Sit back and relax. Relax. You are about to get rustified.
This hits at the low 30s, so I'll do some tones after a couple songs.
Relax, you're about to get rustified.
And leave my heart alone.
Popping cold and acting hose. This DJ Radicals. Making beats for the streets and ladies dreaming in. Making beats for the streets and ladies dreaming in the seats. It's DJ Rusticals.
Yeah, my name's
Making beats. Call 1-800-RUSTERNUT today so you can bust a nut tonight.
turn my headphone down a little bit. Yeah.
Light up
Yeah.
and turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the 33 where the box is tuned at. It starts to drop off at about 26, so I'll do a couple ones. lithium. We'll do 31. Now, I have to hold my sunroof. I lose like 2 dBs if I don't hold my sunroof, so I'm just doing this myself with my phone, so I can't really hold it, but I'll show you what I mean. Pretty bad. Definitely not the vehicle to do SPL in, but here, we'll do 28. We'll see what it does. 140 at 28, not bad. No droppage. Remember, my front one is the AGM, and the bottom one is the lithium in the back. We'll do a 26. And I'm doing a little soft clipping when I'm doing tone, since it's just straight tone. Go up to 34, 35. Maybe my highest yet. 36. $38. I'll go back to some songs. Now, like I said, it might be muted because of copyright stuff. Hopefully the distortion, I get enough distortion through the mic where I won't, but here we go. I'll do a little walk around too.
Shit bringing up. Remember I was on prepaid, I would act like my shit was bringing up. Never straight tone this, never rap good with the singers off. Watch young drone now, man, boy, you know this shit bringing up. Where the bags at? All I know is this come to me like a flashback, wine and chased it with the 42. They asked me what I call fear. Coming soon.
I just cashed out.
Passed out.
So that pretty much wraps up my Buick DC audio build. Kind of limited just because my sunroof, can't really do much about that. And they're 12s, so given all the power it needs, good box, it's solid. Just need to take it back out and finish it. Got the lady's car in here. I did a build for her the other day, a one-day build. Put nicer ANO fuse holders in it. I just had the junky ones in, temporary reasons, but I ran 2 runs of the Sky High 4-gauge OFC, the neon color. So I'll give you a little walk around with that. I don't have the meter with me, so I can't show you the decibel readings on this. It's just a single DC-8, ported, about 13 inches cubed of port area, tuned at about 38. So, but I did meter it. I think it got to like 125, probably 128, but single 8, it sounds pretty good. The Sky High wire and terminals look really good. This one's the 1-gauge to 2 4-gauge. And then I swapped her lead acid battery for a yellow top I had sitting around. Well, it was out of the RX-8, but that's not moving. It's like 9 something inches by 9 something wide and 40 long, and then the port comes to about here, just a straight port. Fits right behind the third road. So I had these are CT Sound 6.5s in. I just got a design from CT Sounds for one of their sealed boxes. Should have done a ported one, but I was giving them way more power than they needed. Each is rated 200 RMS piece, so 400 maximum RMS for both of them, or combined total. I have one of the 2Ks I took out of the Buick and put it in here. It's wired at 4. The 2Ks do 600 at 4. So these were hurting. You can hear them popping, and they're still good, but man, they were hurting. I was gonna have 2 8-inch DC audios for a home entertainment. I have one in there right now in a 4th order with a plexi front. Let me know if you want to see some videos on that. So under where the 8-inch was, there's this little flap where these headrests would just sit in and take up a lot of room just for this 3rd row back here. Silly, but put the 2K right here, and then there's the other fuse. I was just really being real cautious with the wire, so if either side were to pop, the long runs would be good. So, and the RCA is over here. I have the LC2i right under there. There's this big old pocket I can fit my whole hand in down there. Just got a signal off of the door speaker, and then conveniently for power, there is a power outlet right over here. Power outlet right there. That's very convenient. Just tapped into that for the power. Bam. Alright guys, that's it. I think I'm gonna put these 6.5s in a T-line, be my next project. Just see how it competes with the 8-inch right now in the 4th order. The T-line is gonna have about 60 inches, 60 square inches of port area, just for these two right here. Tuned about 40, so very interested to see what that gets down to.